Big move in Bitcoin then, in contrast to all the notes I wrote pre-show, which were telling me that this was going to put Bitcoin under pressure.
The narrative that perhaps this launch of these political meme coins will sap flows from Bitcoin is showing us that it's really not the case this morning. If anything, it's just accelerated the momentum and the excitement around cryptocurrency under another Trump administration.
Hi, 𝗖𝗿𝘆𝗽. What is all this FOMO about? Should I buy Bitcoin now?
Are you smoking your socks? You should rather watch my show. You should rather watch my show.
Right, legends, welcome to another live stream. Let's analyze the price of Bitcoin here together. As per the thumbnail, can we make another low? And yes, there is a chance. You know, I put that snail there on that thumbnail because boy, oh boy, has this range continue for way too long, right? Nice little impulse here to the upside, and then what on earth is this? Just dragging here to the downside, not hitting any levels, just boring price action, and then finally we hit a proper fib level, a naked point of control here to the downside, and we're getting a nice bounce, some relatively okay volume kicking in here. And I know for the bulls you might believe, okay, that we've hit the low and it's game on to the upside, but I'm here to tell you that there is still the potential for another low before we get the rampage to the upside. So today we're going to discuss those scenarios, and we're going to look at the levels where we could potentially get that bounce. If we do take that low, where can we get that bounce? And if we do go down lower, how high can we go? And for the bulls, maybe the low is in right here, okay? And where is that target that I'm expecting for price to continue here to the upside before we get a little bit of a deeper retracement? So stay tuned. Smash up that like button. If you're not already subscribed and you're watching the live stream sitting on the sideline, what are you waiting for? Subscribe for future notifications. Right, legends, let me put on some background music. Let's go. There we go. Right, let me put it nicely there in the background so it's not disturbing. Okay, there we go. Let me go through some comments. Mr. Junior, mod in the house. Always appreciate the mods being here on the channel, moderating the comments, giving their insane support and love. Always much appreciated. Welcome. Dishni, hi Dewald. What app or browser extension do you use to draw on the screen? Well, on TradingView, I just use the drawing tool, okay, on TradingView, and then on all other websites, I use Chrome, and I downloaded a Chrome extension called Marker. I think it's called Marker, if I'm not mistaken. Page Marker. I downloaded it from the extension, okay, from the Google Chrome extension, okay, and then you can draw and you can undo and you can draw lines and you can change the colors and you can go mad, right? So you can draw with this tool on any website that you've got open here on Chrome. I like to use Chrome because, yeah, it's just where everything is nicely saved and laid out. So one of my favorite browsers at the moment. Okay, at the moment. Right, legends, let's go through some more comments over here. Say hi to the beautiful community. Intro banger, thank you so much. Welcome to the live stream, Mr. Tom. Misha, hello Dewald, welcome. Welcome, Mr. Dewald. Hope you had a good weekend. Yes, I had a fantastic weekend. Now we're trading, okay? We're looking for the next trading scenarios, next trading setups. What can we expect from the price of Bitcoin? Are we just going to continuously move here to the upside, or are we going to reject and make yet again another low? Right, legends, the thumbnail is not clickbait because the technical analysis show me that we could go down and claim this low. But there's the chance, there's always that chance, okay, that price finds upwards momentum, and that is the low for now, okay? And then what are the levels on top that I'm looking at for potential target areas? So if you did enter this long, okay, you might be asking yourself, well, where am I supposed to take profits? Well, you've already hit TP1 at the highs. That is a resistance zone. TP2, from a price action perspective, would obviously be this zone over here, and then the high. This little pivot that's sticking out here like a sore thumb, right? Another TP area, because that's what we do as day traders. We get in with good risk management, and for those, I did see some of the legends entered this long in the early hours of the morning while I was sleeping. So I missed out on this long over here. I did not enter this long because I was sleeping, and I know that there's always another trading scenario around the corner. So I do not FOMO into trades. I wait for price action to give me another level, okay, to either enter a short or a long, because that's what we do as day traders. We short, we long, play the momentum to the upside. We are bull bears. Okay, so quite a lot that I would like to discuss over here. I see some of the altcoins. Ooh, AR looks like it wants to break out. TIA has already broken out. 𝗬liche has already broken out, already done the retest. It looks like some of the altcoins are starting to find a little bit of strength here to the upside. Obviously, Bitcoin just needs to play ball. Right, legends. Andy here in the live stream, Mr. Andy, the legend himself, like destroyed. Thank you so much, Mr. Andy. And you all know where to find Andy's channel. Link down in the description to go see the master himself. One of the best technical traders that I have come across. If you're not following Andy, right here down in the description, this is where you will find Andy's channel. Absolute legend. Okay, he's taught me a lot about risk management. Andy, you have taught me a lot about risk management, and if you'd like to master your risk management, go check out Andy's channel over here. Right, let me get back here onto my page. Legends, also remember, okay, and there's something else I would like to share with you in a little bit, okay? In a little bit, I'm going to share something very exciting. But remember, guys, weeks, first link down in the description, you get 0% discount on your maker fee, and you get 50% discount on your taker fee. Right, up to $20,000 sign-up bonus. All you need is an email and a password. If you haven't given them a try, what are you waiting for? Bluffin, more you trade, the more money gets airdropped into your account, and I believe they're also launching an amazing competition soon, right? I'll have that link available for everyone tomorrow. Also, all you need is an email and a password. Right, legends. Let's start with the obvious over here. Let's look at the structure here, okay? On the 4-hour time frame. Mr. Andy, like destroyed, thank you so much. Remember to hit that like on your way in. So the one thing I want to point out over here, legends, is when you are on the 4-hour time frame and we look at Bitcoin from this low to this high to this low, okay? It's not ideal that this low was made at the 0.88, but let's go see what smart money is doing over here, okay? Since we've had this rampage to the upside, the deep corrective structure, and now, okay, we can go and zoom into this structure, because I did spend quite a bit of time this morning analyzing the structure, where I came to the conclusion that we could potentially take the low again. Potentially, right? Because there's also the bullish case scenario where the low is in and we continue here, momentum to the upside. What I found interesting this morning, legends, is when I go and look at CVD and I go on to the 15-minute time frame, okay? And we go look at that similar structure that I've just shown you on the 4-hour time frame. Just a little bit zoomed in. Just wait for price action to load up over here. Let's zoom in. Let's zoom in. Okay, just wait for it to load up. And there we go. Right, legends. Interesting to note, okay, between this pivot and that pivot over there, and between this pivot on CVD, look at this. Insane bullish CVD. You have a higher low on price action and insane lower low on CVD. And it's not just the blue line, it is also on yellow and it's also on white. So you can see that there's massive absorptions of short from smart money, where retail is trying to push the price to the downside, and market makers are saying they are not just as yet done with momentum back to the upside. So market makers, smart money, whales, whatever you would like to call them, are absorbing retail shorts with limit long orders. But, okay, there's always a but. Higher time frame CVD, like here on the 1 hour, 4 hour time frame, when you look at the entire structure over here, okay, is all good and well. It's all good and well to see this insane bullish CVD that we're seeing over here. So we have a clue that potentially whatever is happening over here could be a bullish structure that is forming for momentum back to the upside, because the target of this bullish CVD is the high. Okay, the high right back at all-time highs, $108,000, $109,000, depending on which exchange you use. That number might change ever so slightly. But it is the local CVD inside of this structure, okay, that will determine whether we are going up, down, whatever the case might be. And if you have continuous bearish CVD building up in this structure, it will most likely push the price down and invalidate the bullish structure. Therefore, what I'm trying to say over here is that although you have larger time frame bullish CVD, which looks absolutely insane, you need local CVD to also show you on the 3-minute, 5-minute time frame that there is bullish signs to confirm that this CVD can play out and come and take the highs. Right, lower time frame CVD, always not CBD, guys, please, because I get this thing a lot. It's not CBD, it is CVD, cumulative volume delta. Okay, local time frame CVD always takes priority over larger time frame CVD, you know, and often you have seen that you will see hidden bullish divergence or bearish divergence on the RSI, for example. Okay, maybe you know you like to trade the RSI and you see some hidden bullish or bearish divergence, and then 3 weeks, 4 weeks later, then only it plays out. It's because the local CVD or the local RSI always takes priority over larger time frames. Okay, you might see bearish divergence on the weekly time frame, but it's not to say it's going to play out today. It might only play out in 2 months' time. So it's nice, okay, it's nice to look at, dare I even say, that word nice, you know, there's a saying that says that when you lie in the bath and you fart and those bubbles that come up, that is nice, right? So something needs to be great or it's mediocre. Right, legends, just when I hear that word nice, then yeah, it makes me think of that. Right, is that local RSI and CVD will always take priority over larger time frames, because you might spot something on the weekly or daily time frame and it can still take very long before it actually starts playing out, because locally there is still strength in the lower time frame, bullish divergence or CVD, whatever the case might be. So the one thing I just wanted to point out is that we do have some insane, on the larger time frame, we do have some insane bullish CVD building up over here. Okay, so there's a tick that price could potentially move up and come and claim this high. Now we need to go and see, well, what is cooking with the CVD over here, right? So let's take the tool out the way. Let's go onto the 5-minute time frame and let's zoom into the smaller CVD. What is happening over here? Okay, let me zoom in. And I'm now specifically interested in this little structure that is forming over here. Oh, and it does look like the short that I highlighted this morning is playing out. Okay, but it is forming some insane bullish CVD at the moment. Okay, the short Legends Pro, the pro community members, if you are listening to this stream, okay, I've spoken about this short, right? We've spoken about this short and it's currently finding its way here to the downside and most probably hitting some TP areas. Let's go here onto the 15-minute time frame. Just want to see. Okay. Because I mean, I analyzed this structure in so much detail this morning. We could be, I just want to see if we did get the rejection in the zone that I highlighted this morning. Reverse it. Oh, Oh, okay. I will go speak about the short that I spoke about this morning in our Legends Pro community. I will go speak about the short. And now we're getting the momentum here to the downside. Remember, right, for those of you that did enter the short based on my update this morning in our private pro members section, your TP1 is always at the VWAP, and when you start hitting some major FIP levels. So taking a FIP here, right, that 382, it actually aligns beautifully with the 382 over here. So if momentum continues here to the downside, look at the 0.382 together with the VWAP. Definitely a TP1 over here if momentum continues here to the downside. But we have to acknowledge that there is some insane bullish CVD building up here at the moment with this drop. Okay, look at this pivot. Look at where price is, and it's absolutely tanking. Okay. Okay, not on yellow just as yet. Let me just see. Not on yellow, on white and on blue, we have bullish CVD. On yellow and on blue, which actually brings me up to the next trading setup that I also discussed this morning. Next trading setup right over there. Right, and we will discuss that in a little bit more detail in a couple of minutes. Okay, cool, legends. Now, let's take this out the way. Don't need that anymore. I just like to pay myself on the way down. Right. So I'm not sure, legends. I don't know if any of you took this short that I highlighted in this morning in our Legends Pro community. Also, something else that I would like to highlight, okay, is the following. I would like to share the following with everyone. I want to draw your attention to this very complicated Excel spreadsheet picture that I have over here. And all I'm trying to highlight over here is, legends, we often get remarks or comments from people saying that how successful is your community from a trading perspective. Let me make it a little bit smaller because I see my head's in the way, right? Let's do that. Put it ever so slightly above my head. Let's do that, right? But I think it's the top numbers that's important. So don't worry about it. It's the top numbers there that's important. What we have done over here and what the team has helped us to do is that every single trading setup, and when I speak about a trading setup, legends, okay, I want to just highlight the following. We don't just provide a trading setup and then say, go figure it out. Myself and Andy and the coaches provide loads of education around these trading setups, teaching you why we are considering a short or a long at a specific level. Where is the risk management? How much risk are we applying to this trade, for example? You know, myself and Andy always focus on never risk more than 1 or 2% of your capital per trade, right? Make sure that the further away your stop loss is, the less capital you deploy. The higher probable trades, we deploy a little bit more risk. The less probable trades, we deploy less risk. The one thing that I just want to highlight with everyone over here is our team has actually gone through every single trading setup in the last 2 weeks, and they are going back even further to say that if you are a pro member and you took every single trade, and when we said we're protecting position, and when we said we're hitting TP1, take profit 1 or take profit 2, and you followed the trading plan to perfection, last week you would have made 54% profit. Okay, the week before was 28% profit, so you would almost be standing at 100% profit if you took every trading setup with good risk management, the way that we educate inside of our Legends Pro community. So it's just nice to see that we don't just provide trading setups and let people fend for themselves. We actually go and take stock of how successful is our trading setups. Are we running the community into a loss, or is the community actually profitable? Okay, it's very important for us to have to go on to figure this out, is to say that if you have joined a community where they provide signals, okay, how do they know that the signals are successful? Out of 10 signals, how many got stopped out in a loss and how many was actually winning trades? Well, we've got the proof on our pro community. We have the proof. if you take the trading setups with the education that we provide, teaching you how to take these trades with good risk management, okay, you would now be 54.62% in profit for last week. The week before it was 28%, and the team is working their way back. And what I can confirm at this stage is that it's profitable week after week. Even in the bad weeks where we get a lot of trades wrong, it's because we have that practice of protecting our positions so soon, okay? There will be a lot of stoppages along the way, but you will be stopped out at break even. If you are a trader that's uneducated and you go in and you risk more than what you're supposed to risk, you do not put your stop losses where you're supposed to put your stop losses like we're highlighting, and you don't take profits at TP1 and TP2, then obviously these numbers are going to be a little bit skewed in terms of your portfolio. Right, but legends, we have the proof, okay? I think, you know, without being diplomatic and beating around the bush, we have an amazing community and coaches inside of our Legends Pro community, and our trading setups are profitable. We can prove it. Here's the proof. And we're going to every week post the proof inside of our Legends Pro community. We will share it with the free community as well, and I will share it here on YouTube with everyone as well, because you know, I'm tired of people sending me messages and saying that, Dewald, you know, I liquidated my account. Like, how? Why? I don't understand. Right? Here's the proof that you should not liquidate your account. You should be in profits. Okay. And I think the main reason why people liquidate their accounts is because they just go in way too aggressive, and then they don't put their stop losses where they're supposed to put their stop losses, and then they keep on adding to the position. Who knows, right? The list goes on in terms of the mistake people make from a trading perspective. But there you have it, legends. And to join, where is my, okay, to join our Legends Pro community, here is the link. Down in the description, you will see that's the link. Myself and Annie put together a nice little sexy video over there. We explain all the benefits of the community. There's a free section and there's a paid for section. Right, and here's all the benefits that you get. You get access to a master. That's what I'm saying, legends. It's not a signals group. Okay, it is extremely heavily educational focused in terms of if you want to follow a trading setup. Okay, we help you out. I do daily technical analysis. Andy does daily technical analysis, and then we educate you in terms of why we are looking at specific levels. You know, it's the 3 W's. Why are you entering the trade? Where is your risk management, and where do you plan to take profits? Right, legends, I see you guys are sharing the love over here. 𝗖𝗍𝗃, welcome to the live stream. And I mean 𝗖𝗍𝗃, the legend here, one of the coaches inside of our Legends Pro community. He is one of the culprits, okay, that has been posting all of these successful trades for everyone to share some profits. I mean, he's an absolute legend, Mr. 𝗖𝗍𝗃, also known as Aiden inside of our Legends Pro community, has just been nailing the trades. We also have another coach, Dylan, that really likes to do altcoin trading. Okay, legends, let's get serious and dive into some technical analysis. I took a trade set that wasn't set out in the basic members, smashed it long, took profits at 90. You guys are amazing. the Duckin, I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly over here. Absolutely amazing, right? Is if you follow the rules, you know, and I think that's what a lot of people still don't get, especially if you're starting out in trading, you know, is that it is a job. You have to have rules in which you are operating in. If you have a 9 to 5 and you're sleeping on the job, you're most probably going to lose your job. You're going to get fired, right? If you have a 9 to 5 and you decide to go to work at 12 o'clock in the afternoon and go home at 1 o'clock, no, there is rules by which you have to abide in order to have a successful career. Trading is exactly the same thing. The only difference is you are your own boss. You make the rules, and you have to stick to your rules, and that it has to be good rules. Otherwise, you're going to be, you know, you're not going to be a consistently profitable trader. Right, legends, I think that's enough of that, because I can rant and rage and just speak about this until the night goes down. 𝗖𝗍𝗃, yes. All right, there we go. Right, legends, let's do some technical analysis. on this little structure over here. So on the 15-minute time frame, what I want to discuss over here, let's look at this structure. Okay. This looks like an impulse to the upside. The question now is, legends, is this a 1 or is this a A? And because this corrective structure has been incredibly long in time up until this point, it does increase the probabilities that this is a A. And okay, and you might be asking yourself, well, Dewald, what's the difference between a 1 and an A? Well, there's a difference, right? Because if it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you're starting to form impulses back to the upside, which increases the probabilities we're going to smash the all-time high and most probably continue the bull market. That is the power of an impulse, okay? Because then you have a corrective structure in a three-wave structure to the downside. You do not take the low and you continue to the upside, okay? When you have an A to the upside, it most probably means that you are still ranging, or you are inside a larger corrective structure, or there's impulses to the downside and now you have an A, B, C, and guess what? You're going to continue to the downside and take the low. Right, so legends, let's entertain the bullish and the bearish case scenarios. And I'm going to switch on my scenarios, which I've prepared this morning, and it might look a little bit messy, but I'm going to make sense of it. It's going to make complete sense. Right, so let's do this. Ooh. And you might be saying, yes, Dewald, you Picasso artist, right? It looks like an absolute nightmare. Yes, I know, but I'm going to explain it and I'm going to clean it up as we go along. So let me open up the folder. And first thing I want to point out is the time fib. Let me see, where did I save the time fib? I mean, I've got a lot of stuff in this folder. I know I need to clean it up, but now I'm looking for that damn time fib, which I can't see now yet at the moment. Right. Oh, it's because it's not that one. Is this one? I opened up the wrong folder. Here we go. Time fib. Okay. I want to discuss the time fib, the one that's flashing. So just pay attention to the time fib. And I've included additional lines on my time fib because it used to end at the 4. Okay. If I take a time fib from the low that we've made over here to the high that we've made over here, where I'm measuring how long, okay, did it take the impulse versus how long is it taking the corrective structure over here with the recent low made after the 7 extension. You can see 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And it does impact probabilities. For this to be a 1 and this is a 2, and we're going to have an explosion of the third wave here to the upside, which is usually the best waves to get into, okay? The fact that the corrective structure took so long does decrease the probabilities that this is a 1, 2, and we're just going to rock and roll to the upside, which increases the probabilities that this is most probably an A, B, C to the upside, and then we are going to continue ranging. Maybe take the lows, maybe not take the lows, maybe form a Y wave and a triangle, who knows, okay? But there is a high chance that if you have an A, B, C, there's a chance that you could still take the low at $91,000. That's the problem with the corrective structure. Okay, but let's entertain it for the bulls, legends. Let's entertain it. So the first thing I want to switch off is the time fib. Okay, so let's look at this scenario over here. Right. Yeah, I know there's a lot of high impact news. Fed Chair Powell testifies tomorrow. I know there's a lot of high impact news this week, so let's see how that goes. Right, legends. So I know it looks a little bit messy. The first thing I want to do is I want to switch this off and I want to take the trend-based fib out the way. So let's just look at this structure as being complete. Okay, so I know that there's a lot of people interested in Elliott wave theory, and this is why I drew up this structure where we have formed a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 nice little impulse here to the upside. This corrective structure looks like a W, X, Y, which is now done. And now you want this low to be protected, and whatever is happening over here needs to be a bullish structure to the upside and not take this low. Right? It's already overextended. So if there's any hope, any chance for this to be an impulsive structure, and this is a wave 2, I mean, it should have come to an end here already because it's already overextended in time. So I'm just highlighting the bad things about the structure as well, but it still does count beautifully as a WXY, where you basically, and I've color coded it. Okay, the red structure over here is an A, B, C in W. Then you have another A, B, C in X. And now you have formed another A, B, C in Y. Okay, and remember what I always teach everyone is that, you know, you might be asked, ABC is a 3-wave structure. It looks like a lightning bolt. Okay, that's a normal ABC. And usually after an impulsive wave, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you get an ABC. It's as simple as that. WXY basically means same 3-wave structure, but each wave has a ABC, ABC, ABC. So it's a more complex corrective structure, and usually when you have multiple ABCs inside the 3-wave, you get a longer corrective structure that lasts longer than the impulse, as you can see over here at the moment. Because if the structure had to finish at this little C over here, okay, then you have a beautiful 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ABC, and we continue to the upside. Now we have this. So corrective structures, I mean, they are a pain in the butt, right? They are really a pain in the butt. And so for the bulls, I can count a potential completed corrective structure over here. You can either look at this as an WXY, or you can look at this as an ABC. Okay, one thing I want to go and measure out is the following. Okay, did we land here on a target that makes sense? So I just want to go and take my trend-based FIB from the high to the low of W to the high of X. I want to go and reverse it. And then you can see, okay, we have tapped the 0.786 over here. This is a little bit of a rare target for a Y. The 0.618 is also a target, but I would say these two targets are rare targets, but targets nonetheless. Okay, and I will discuss these two targets in a moment. Right, so for the bulls, there's a chance because, I mean, the market is here to surprise us. I did see that we did grab, we did grab a lot of liquidity here at the bottom. Can you guys see that? We did grab a lot of liquidity. Maybe the liquidity sweep to the bottom is done, and now we're going to continue to the upside. And you can see that we are grabbing some quite significant liquidity here on top, which actually aligns with the shorting opportunity that I'm still keeping an eye on. So if price continues to pump here to the upside, there is a potential shorting opportunity that I am watching, depending obviously how price reacts at that level. Okay, so legends, without going into too much detail, okay, you have an impulse, and then you have the red section, you have the yellow section, can you guys see that? And you have the normal blue turquoise section, okay, WXY, that could potentially be complete. Then something got me thinking this morning. I was like, well, what if we still come and take this low? What if then, Dewald, what if we take that low? How can you still count the structure to still continue to the downside? And the only way that I can continue counting a bearish structure to the downside is by including the following. Okay, let me take that time FIB out the way again. Right. Now, this is where it becomes interesting. So let me take the brushes here out the way. I know it looks a little bit messy, and let me take this one out the way. Oops. Not that one. Okay. delete. Right. All that's going to happen here, legends, if the bulls still have a chance where this low at $91,700 is still protected and the corrective structure is still going to continue where we claim the low. Now I have this green box over here that is between the 1-to-1 and the 1.236 extensions here to the bottom. Okay, where this structure becomes an A, 3-wave B, and a C to the downside. Then your Y moves over there. So it is still possible to move to the downside. Okay, so just quickly wanted to highlight there because B waves are 3-wave structures. 1, 2, 3. It's a 3-wave structure. Even if it continues here still to the upside, okay, I will simply move the B, especially if we get a correction that takes these highs once again. So we just have to know, legends, it's not guaranteed. And this is why we trade with stop losses, because nothing is ever guaranteed in the market. I know from looking at social media this morning and some of what the other YouTube influencers are talking about, I know that everyone thinks that this is the low. And when everyone thinks that that is the low, maybe you're going to take that low again. So just be aware of the situation over here. Okay, and I will now go and zoom into this local structure over here to see that, well, where are the highest probable trading setups? What are the resistance levels that we need to keep an eye on? And what are the levels at the bottom where we potentially have confluence? Right, so all I was trying to do over here is, legends, is to say that there's a potential that the low is in and we move up from here, and there's a potential that we take the low again. Then we move up. I mean, how frustrating is that not going to be? And that's why I put the snail on my thumbnail, because this could still get boring. We could go and claim the low again. Right, so let me take Elliott wave theory out of the equation, clean up the chart, and now that I have shown you the possibility and the probabilities that we could potentially still go down lower, is now we do some simpler technical analysis without using Elliott wave theory. Okay, take a fib from the low to the high. Now we're looking at this structure. Let me go to the 1 hour. Okay, so that everyone can see this structure properly. Right. And the 786, legends, is still a target. Okay, the 786 is still a target. And then when I take my fib from the high, trend-based fib, from the high to the low to the high, it also aligns with the 1-to-1 extension. Can you guys see that? So there is some nice confluence. I still like this pivot over here for potential swing failure pattern. You have the 1-to-1 extension over here and you have the 786. And what's important about the 1-to-1 extension is it is a very, very common corrective structure target. So if all of this is a corrective structure target, that 1-to-1 and that 1.236 are really levels that you want to pay attention to, because they often get tapped. And the fact that we've tapped the 786 where we found the support last night, okay, does not guarantee that this is the low, because it is a little bit of a rare target. So if price does come back down, this zone is where I will be paying attention to. And I have actually spoken about this zone last week, the whole of last week. Okay, we've been talking about this level and we've been talking about this level. And all I'm highlighting now is that there's a potential to come and claim this low again. Right. So let's be prepared. Put in your stop losses. If you are in a long, that is why it's important to pay yourself on the way up. That is why it's important to take TP1 profits, TP2 profits. Leave a small bag open for higher levels, okay? Add to your position when you see bullish signs where you would have entered a long and you still have some of that previous long position open. You can add a little bit to that position. You know, you need to be a smart trader. Right, Junior, is the Pro channel live on Discord and or YouTube? Is the Pro channel live on Discord live on Discord? Yes, it is live on Discord. The pro channel is inside of Discord. It is live, definitely live. Right, but you need the link in the description to go and sign up. Okay, there is where you sign up for our Discord Legends community. Okay, Legends, and I just want to make it clear, it's not just about the winning trades. It is phenomenal that we can actually prove that our trading setups are successful, and I can tell you guys now, any day trader that has a win rate higher than 55 to 60% is a successful day trader, because it basically means that you're making more profits than what you are losing, right? So to have a win rate higher than that is absolutely phenomenal. But it's not just about the trading setups, it is the education that comes behind it that backs it up, so that you don't have to be in the trading setups or in the Legends Discord community forever. We want you to come in, learn as much as you can, perfect your trading strategy and leave. Go and be a successful trader. You don't have to be inside the pro community anymore. Once you've learned what you needed to learn, I do know that there are very successful traders inside of our pro community that still stay because of the conversations and the friends that they've made and so forth. So, you know, it is very powerful. Or, you know, I do see a lot of people still stay, although they know how to trade, because it's just a great community with like-minded people. Right. Ash, the pro live sessions is only on Discord available. Yes, the live sessions that myself and Andy do inside of Discord is only available in Discord, right? Because our coaches, it's specifically for the Discord community only. It's not available on YouTube. It's only for Discord, exclusive to our pro community. So whatever gets shared in there, especially from the coaches' perspective, only gets shared inside the Legends Pro community. It's not shared anywhere else. Right, I mean, that's why you pay the subscription. They need to get value, right? And I do know that a lot of the pro members do say that the monthly subscription that they pay is actually nothing, because they trade that in profits and it pays for itself. Okay, cool, Legends. Now, what I want to do over here is, now we've highlighted this little box here to the downside, which in simple terms, once I've built my confluence, I know that I'm expecting, if we do take the low again, this is where I want to see the bounce. Ideally, I want price to get acceptance back above this little pivot. I would like price to tap that 786 and start trading above. That will be a nice bullish sign back to the upside. Right. Now, what I want to do, take the FIP out the way. Now what I want to do is add some levels, okay? And there's a very, very, very interesting level, slightly above, okay? We have a weekly point of control. When I add on my daily levels and I add on my point of controls, okay? This is now where things get interesting. And this is where I was attempting a short this morning with the update that I gave inside of our Legends Pro community. This point of control. Yes, it got a little bit choppy, but eventually now we got a little bit of a dip, but now we have those insane bullish CVDs. And usually what I do is, if I'm shorting a specific level with my stop above the high and I see insane bullish CVD building up against the pivots, I start taking profits aggressively and I protect my position, because that's what we do. Right, and I can see there is some nice bullish CVD building up over here, right, Legends? So remember to pay yourself on the way down if any of you did take that short here to the downside. A little bit further up, okay, for that bullish CVD to play out, we have a weekly point of control. Naked. It's actually a naked point of control because it has not been tapped yet. I just want to make sure that I have that level at the right place. Okay, let me go and double check. So in order to get the weekly point of control, you go onto the weekly time frame. You take this little tool that is called Fixed Range Volume Profile. Okay, and now what I want to do is I want to go and measure last week from the top to the bottom of that candle. Okay, and you can see that there's a little red line. Okay, and what that basically means, I do this every week and I also do this every day on the daily time frame. Okay, last week inside of this candle, this is where the most amount of volume was traded. And usually when you see weakness around this level, if price had to come up and it struggles and it's, it struggles, then, that's a sign of weakness and you must probably going down, okay, for a short entry. So it's a very strong and important level over here, the weekly point of control. The weeklies are more powerful than the dailies, and the dailies are more powerful than the 4 hours and 1 hour and 50-minute time frame. So basically, the higher the time frame, the more powerful the level becomes. Okay, so I just wanted to make sure that I have it at the right place, and you can see that. I mean, the more I zoom in, then it's a little bit out. So let me just drag it down ever so slightly. And then that is where I put my weekly point of control. Okay, now daily, I want to make sure that I have my dailies at the right levels as well. Okay, so I can delete that one, don't need it anymore. So I want to go look at, yesterday. Okay, this was yesterday's candle from the top to the bottom. Okay, we already pierced it, so it's no longer valid. Okay, so I can't use this one. If price action already went through the level, it's invalidated. It served its purpose. But now, interestingly enough, this is the one that we broke this morning for the first time. And I got that one from this candle. Okay, you can see ever so slightly over here, right? We pierced it now for the first time this morning, and that's where we're getting the rejection. So you can see how powerful these levels are. It's usually a great profit-taking area as well. If you are in a long from lower levels, and you start hitting some of these levels, I mean, you need to pay yourself, okay? That's a nice, significant move here to the upside. $2,000 more, $2,000 move here to the upside from a day trading perspective. That's insane gains, okay? Right, so those are the levels that I'm currently watching. Let's go back here onto the 1 hour time frame. Now I know that I have my levels marked out. That's now what's important to me. Okay, the tip of my nose is so itchy, and that usually says when people are gossiping about you, the top of your nose starts to itch. Okay, cool, legends. So now what I want to do is I want to zoom into this little price action to see that, what is, I want to go measure the waves over there. So let's go on to, dare I say, even 5-minute time frame. Okay, but let's do this, right? So something that I'm looking at over here is to say that, this does look very 3-wavy. Yes, when you zoom into the 5-minute, 3-minute time frames, you can count 5 waves in this structure, but it does look a little bit 3-wavy. The question I had this morning is to say that, for impulses to go back to the upside, you need to start forming 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You want to rock and roll. Nice volume needs to kick in on the third wave, and I see more, in my case, purple volume, a red volume at the moment with this momentum here to the upside, not really convincing me that we are forming a bullish structure back to the upside. It still looks corrective, and this could end up in a 3-wave structure and fall down to come and claim the lows. Just have to say it. Okay, or it could be a contracting very early. Maybe this is forming a contracting where you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C, and you continue, you make a higher low, but it's just way too early to call for these scenarios, okay? Just way too early. Right, so what's important to me is to take a trend-based fib from the bottom. So I'm now measuring this wave to see that, where can this wave go if it's not finished yet? To the top, to the bottom. Okay, and you can now see where we have been struggling. We have been struggling at the 1-to-1 extension. This is what I saw this morning, and I actually did attempt a short over here. I got stopped out and I re-entered a short, currently still in that short with my stop above the high. And I have taken a little bit of profits here to the downside, and I have also protected my position. So I did attempt a short, and this is also what I told our Legends Pro community. I will attempt a short. This is where I attempted the short and I got stopped out, and I told them I will still attempt a short if we get acceptance back below this level. So I re-entered with my stop above the high, and as we fell down here, I took some profits. Now my position is protected because now I'm acknowledging the bullish CVD, because there's a chance that it could continue here to the upside, and I don't want to be stopped out with no profits. Okay, at least I'll be stopped out at break even with a little bit of profits. And if we do continue to the downside, then, you know, I can just take more advantage of that. But what's interesting here, legends, that if this is a 3-wave structure, 1, 2, 3, we have already hit the 1-to-1 extension. And guess what? The 1.236, very, very, very common 3-wave structure target. So if this is going to be a 3-wave here to the upside, together with a naked point of control, the 1.236, we could be, because once you take this high, whatever bullish CVD was building up here has now played out. It's done. It doesn't have to go higher. Once it takes this high, the bullish CVD had played out. So I will be watching this zone for potential short. Okay, so this is how I build confluence as a technical trader. What's also interesting about that level is that if I zoom out a little bit, okay, and I switch on my trends. Ooh, now this is interesting. When you connect a trend from this pivot and that pivot, and guess what? The weekly point of control together with the 1.236, what if we only have 2 taps on this trend so far? Can you guys see this trend running down here? We only have 2 taps. What if it taps that level and it rejects? Okay, so definitely an area where I will be paying attention for a potential short. If the bulls step in here very aggressively and it breaks out, okay, I will not be attempting a short, because that is why I market execute 99% of my orders, so that I can see weakness and strength. If I see strength here to the upside and it flips this area into support, okay, I will be looking for longs. So depending on the price action that I see, I will decide whether I need to short or whether I need to long with good risk management. Because the more information you see, you can make a better trading decision. Right, and so still looking at this level. I'm looking at this level for potential short. Not if price is showing strength to the upside. Okay, not if price is showing strength to the upside. I just have to make that clear. And legends, what this could also be forming over here is just very quickly looking at the structure. Okay, what if this is forming a contracting like such, and maybe the 4th wave is in over there. Okay, this is one of the scenarios I spoke about this morning, is to say that, well, what if we are forming a 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe that's a flat, ABC flat, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it comes down, it makes a higher low, ABC, higher low, and it continues, it breaks out again, or it comes down in a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave structure. ABC, retest the trend. I'll be looking for a short if I see the weakness, because then you increase the probabilities that you're going to come and take that low. So if we do get a successful rejection over here, the corrective structure to the downside is going to give me the clue whether we're going to make a higher low and continue, or whether we are making a 5-wave structure to the downside, ABC back to the upside, reject by the trend, and then fall back down. Claim the low, and then we go to that 786 level that I've just identified on the higher time frames. So, yeah, I mean, legends, not easy, right? Trading is not easy, but it's about knowing the levels. It's about having a plan at each level, okay? I do know that a lot of people still struggle to say, well, Dewald, how do you know if it's a 5-wave structure or a 3-wave structure? I mean, it does come with experience, and the longer you watch this channel, the more information you'll be able to absorb like a little sponge, and the more clearer it will become. And remember, legends, Bitcoin can be traded on weeks. First link down in the description. Okay, $20,000 sign up bonus, you get 50% discount on your trading fees, which normally you would have to pay over $6,000, $7,000, $8,000, $9,000. I think it's over $9,000 to get 50% discount on your trading fees, where you have to buy the WXT tokens. So an absolute insane bonus here on Weeks, where you only need an email and a password to sign up. And then if you don't like Weeks, I have an alternative, which I also use to trade on, Bluffin. All you need is an email and a password, and the more you trade, the more money gets airdropped into your account. Okay, it's also your way to support the channel. Right, currently getting the rejection, currently still getting the rejection. Let's see how that plays out. Just want to see. I don't see any local weakness just as yet. Okay. Right. To the bottom. Okay, now if I take this out the way. Let's take this out the way. Take this out the way. Right. There is a very, very, very interesting pivot over here. Very, very, very interesting. So throwing, just throwing Elliott wave theory out the way, we have a level. We have diagonal resistance, we have horizontal resistance. And usually where diagonal and horizontal resistance meet, okay, provides great resistance. Just basic technical analysis, okay? Where you have, let me show this again, where you have diagonal resistance and you have horizontal resistance, it makes it stronger. It's the best way that I can explain it. So if price had to find strength in that little where it crosses, okay, it's more than likely going to give you some sort of reaction. Right. So that is what I have there to the upside. To the downside, okay, if I go onto the 5-minute time frame and I look at this little structure, zoom in. Okay, 5-minute is not my favorite time frame to trade. I prefer the 15-minute time frame, but just so that everyone can see what I'm looking at over here is, let me switch on my today analysis over here. You can see that we have a range low. And I've often spoken about the range low strategy. When you have a nice pump to the upside with nice green volume, that first low that you make is what I refer to as the range low. And then you chop. And usually what happens is if a price had to come back down to this level, okay, this is usually a great longing opportunity. But there's a couple of rules that you need to follow with the strategy. You need to dip below and get acceptance back above so that you know where to put your stop loss. If you start closing high time frame candles below this level, or if it keeps on tapping the same level multiple times, it does increase the probabilities that you're going to come and fill the inefficiency and potentially even go down lower. Right, but that's basically, that is your inefficiency right over there. Okay. From a profit-taking area, if you do get a successful SFP, it taps and it gets acceptance back above, doesn't tap the level multiple times, it leaves a wick, a beautiful wick behind. The TP area for this strategy is usually the high. As simple as that. If it dances around here, okay, and it doesn't show strength, it's most likely going to come down here, if not lower. Because I have seen the range lows, when they don't play out, okay, and they become bearish, they don't just fill the inefficiency, they usually take the low as well. They get very aggressive to the downside. Right, so that is a next longing opportunity that I'll be watching. So that is why it's important for me, legends, to have plans to the upside and plans to the downside, is because what if we do successfully reject over here and we fall down and you were eating or you were sleeping, you missed the short, okay? And then you wake up the next morning, you switch on your PC and you're like, oh, okay, here's my plan. You enter with good risk management, you know where to take profits. Okay, that's why it's important to have multiple plans. So if you miss a trade, and that's why I always say that there's always another trading opportunity around the corner. Don't feel that you've missed out on something if you've missed a trade. Just sit on your hands and be like, okay, now I'll just have to wait for the next trading opportunity. Right, let me go through some comments. I feel like I've been talking forever over here. Where's my water? Hey, Mr. Goldstar, welcome to the live stream. Damn, I missed the live, starting from the beginning. Right, Mr. Goldstar, enjoy. And if you do catch up, post some more comments. If it breaks out, we need to see a good volume, right? Is that every time if it breaks a pattern? Yes, you want to, ideally, you want to see supporting volume to support the move to the upside. Okay, if price is going to move up here, and volume is still doing this, okay, it's just tapering down, it's not a convincing breakout. I would like to see a move like this. If it's going to successfully break out here and flip this area into support, you want to see some green volume increasing. You want to see some nice green volume like we saw over here to support the momentum to the upside. And then what's more important is that the correction to the downside should have less volume. You always want the impulse, okay, to have more volume, and you want the correction to have less volume, which shows you that price is moving in that direction. So if price is breaking to the downside and you are shorting and there's more volume to the downside and less volume to the upside, you then have confirmation that price is continuing to move to the downside. So volume is an important thing. That's why I have volume over here. It's very, very interesting to keep an eye on volume. I mean, I know that you can be very successful in trading by only using volume and price action, nothing else. Okay, because there's also the volume strategy that Andy talks about inside of his masterclass that the Legends Pro community have access to as well. Okay, cool. So, Mr. Vanna, I think. Was it Vanna? Yes, Vanna. So what I would like to see over here is, I want to see some volume increasing if this move happens over here. And when the move comes back down, I want to see volume tapering down. If the move down starts increasing in volume, it means that selling pressure is starting to kick in, and this could be a fake out. Okay, and especially if you start closing high time frame candles back inside of the trend, that's also a sign of weakness. And then you could potentially fall down where this was a fake out. And then in hindsight, when you look back at the volume, you will see that this was most probably a weak breakout. The momentum down had more selling pressure than the momentum up, okay, which equals a fake out, and you are continuing most probably to the downside, and where I'll be paying attention to this level. Okay, ideally what I would like to see, and I don't always get what I want, okay, ideally what I would like to see is I would like price to tap this level and reject. I don't really want to see a fake out, because usually, okay, I've backtested this 6, 7 out of 10 times. When you get a fake out and price comes back down, it takes the low. So you don't really want to see a fake out. What I would like to see is a nice little tap and bounce back. Because when you don't have a fake out and you reject it beautifully and you just left that little wick behind, you still have a chance to find support and then have the true breakout to the upside. Okay, but if it's going to be a large fake out to the upside and it gets acceptance back inside the trend, it's most probably going to come take the low. So it would be interesting to see how this plays out over the coming days to see, okay, we spoke about this scenario, Dewald, on Monday. This is what we spoke about. The price action is here now. So let's see how it plays out. Let's go and have a look at volume. Let's go and analyze after the price action is played out, how accurate the technical analysis was. Okay, I love to do that with myself. Love it, love it, love it. Right, cool. Let's go through some more comments. I want to join, but you guys don't take GCC credit cards. I'm sorry about that, but we do accept payment via crypto, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, we do. So what you can do is you can join the free section and then you can log a support ticket, okay? And one of the admin staff will sort you out. You can pay for subscription using crypto if you can't use fiat money. Right. I always learn a lot on these streams. Thanks. Daily Profits 888. Yes. You know, and I always aim to educate. And I hope you guys are learning here together. And, you know, you've got your little notebook and making notes. And when you do see the price action play out, that you know what to do, right? Hello, Molia76. Welcome to the live stream. Yes, smash up the like for the education over here. Right, how many? We've got 223 people watching, 128 likes. I know we can do a little bit better than that. I know we can do better, much better than that. Okay. Let me see if I missed any comments. I just need to give my brain some time to rest over here. Love the wine. Must have been pulling my TFIP wrong. Show off his ripple tanned body. Okay, cool. We just need Dewald to post 2 less workout shots on Insta like Andy and Matthew. Yeah, I don't know if, you know, Andy and Matt, you know, on their Instagram with the 6-packs and the sweat dripping off their chests. I mean, I'm not sure if I am going to do that. Maybe soon, we'll see, right? I just started a Discord Discord this weekend. I clicked the verify page and it only provides me with a connect wallet page. How do I verify the free group? Okay, if you how do I verify the free group? Need a page and only provides me with a connect wallet page. How do I verify the free group? Watch and listen. I'm not sure what you mean, but what you can maybe do is after the live stream, drop me a comment in the live stream and I'll send your message to our admin team and they'll sort you out. Okay. I'm not sure how that works. And, you know, if you do have technical issues, the support team will be able to help you out, right? Usually people are able to get into the free section and then they log a support ticket and then they get sorted out. So, but if you can't get into the free section, then you can just write me a comment after the live stream, and then I will let the admin team know that you do not connect a wallet. Oh, there's Mr. SGS. Do not connect your wallet. Do not connect your wallet, right? Okay. Thank you. Dewald, what are your VWAP settings? VWAP is very simple. I'm not sure. I think I did change. So, no, it's not this one. That's the moon phases. Let's do this one. VWAP. There's my settings. The only thing I've got here is this little box over here. I've switched everything else off because I don't need it. Okay. Input. I don't think I changed anything here. I switched everything off and I put this on. That's my settings. So take a screenshot and you can go and do the same. Right. Cool. Thanks for the content. How did you did the weekly point of control? Because in my trading view, it's different. Bybit, Coinbase, and Binance. Tried also to make it very clean in the smaller time frames. Any idea? Yes, depending on which exchange you use to do your analysis on, those levels might be slightly different. Okay. Also, you need to change the settings for your fixed range volume profile. So there's my settings. Screenshot, okay? Screenshot. There's my settings. So maybe your settings are out, right? You can just rewind the video and take screenshots of those settings and go try those settings. Maybe it will sort you out. Okay, we have a monthly level. Oh, yes. Molia, yes, we have a monthly level. I actually forgot to include my monthly levels. Bam. Let's put in my monthly levels. I want to see where's that month. I mean, that monthly level is far away. Okay, it's at $104,000. Let's just call it $105,000. Right. So I will do a little bit of technical analysis here now on the larger time frame, because I mean we've been discussing intraday trading setups. This is intraday trading setups. We short, we long, we take profits, we go back down, we long, we play the breakout. It's intraday trading setups. And I know that some of you are interested in, well, what could the larger time frame offer? Maybe you're a 4-hour time trader, or you're a day trader in terms of the daily time frame, which is more swing trading. Okay, so let's dive into that in a moment. Dewald, my weekly point of control is different to yours, even though I'm using the exact same chart as you. Why could that be? Adam, just rewind. I have copied my settings. Maybe your settings on your fixed range profile is not the same as mine. So I have just rewind the live stream ever so slightly. I have posted my settings. You can go and take screenshots. Thanks. You are the best, Mark. Absolute pleasure. Okay. Did it work out, Mark? Did it work out? Right. Thanks. Need to do all my picks again. Point of controls again. Okay, perfect. Right, legends, let's dive into a little bit of larger time frame analysis. If you guys want, okay, we can go and have a look at some altcoins as well if you want. But, you know, I like to focus here on Bitcoin because when the alts are bleeding to the downside, no one really wants to look at the altcoins. And I do know that majority of my audience that joined this live stream, they want to learn how to trade, and they most often focus on Bitcoin. Okay, so now let's go on to the 4-hour time frame. And it looks like an absolute mess. So let's just switch off everything. Let's keep it nice and tidy, and bam. Right, so we've got this structure. Here on the 4-hour time frame, one thing I have noticed, okay, let's take that out. Okay, is fixed range from this entire zone that we've that we've been in. You can see, okay, there's a sign of strength. Ever so slightly, there's a sign of strength, right? We are now currently trading above the point of control. But you can see price has literally been chopping. It's very choppy here at the moment, which is why this is the point of control. The reason why this is the point of control is because this is where the most amount of volume was traded inside this entire range. You can see it. And the fact that price is now chopping through this level increases the volume for the point of control, making it a stronger level. For now, and I mean price can still chop, but for now, price is above the point of control. Can everyone see that? Right? It's above the point of control, and there's okay green volume kicking in over here. It's okay. It's not great. It's okay. Right? And you can see every time we have a deviation, you go back to the bottom. When you have a deviation at the bottom, you go to the top. When you have a deviation on top, you go back to the bottom. So from a range trading perspective, it's quite simple. You long the bottoms and you take profits at the tops. So there is a chance that this is going to go to the top, which is going to claim this pivot and tap $103,000. Right, so purely from a range trading perspective, this is also another trading strategy, okay? Purely from a range trading perspective is when you tap the top, you go to the bottom. When you tap the bottom, you go to the top. And now we have tapped the bottom. So there's a chance that it goes to the top. Right, and this is what range traders do. They long, they short. They short, they take profits. They long, and now they're waiting to take profits over here. Right, so there's a little bit of, so we have the insane bullish CVD against these two pivots, of which the target is actually this high. Okay, we have bullish CVD against these two pivots. So there's a chance for the bulls to find higher momentum. I just want to see where's that monthly level, because I know these monthly levels, they are powerful. Okay, that monthly level is still a little bit higher up. And you might be asking, Dewald, where on earth did you get that monthly point of control? I did the exact same thing that I did with the weekly. So take this out the way. Just love to educate over here. You go onto your monthly time frame, and it was this little bad boy over here. Take your fixed range from the top to the bottom, snap it on, and then bam, that is in this entire month. This is where the most amount of volume was traded, and there I have a monthly point of control. It's as simple as that. Right, so just to confirm that the level is still valid and it is at the right place. So go back here onto 4 hour. Right, so legends, the one thing that I'm now looking at is to say that, well, if let's Okay, we have to now play what if scenario because I have to do technical analysis based on the price action that I see in front of me. If by tomorrow price has done this, then I'll have different scenarios because there's more price action and now we have a lower point over here. Okay, if price does this, then I'll have different, the more price action becomes available, it changes the scenarios that I'm looking at because I have more data to work with. So based on the data that I see in front of me now, I can go and take a fixed rate or a trend-based FIB from this low to the high to this low. If we make another low, I will drag the FIB down to the new low. Do you guys see what I mean? Is that I only have this low to work with now because that is the low. I can't speculate on dragging it down further for what if we make another low. We don't have that low yet. So based on the price action that I see now in front of me, speculating that if this is an A, B, C, or a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, now I have levels. And very interestingly enough, okay, like I said, when I analyzed this structure, I told everyone why I think that there's a higher chance for this to be an A, B, C to the upside, which is a three-wave structure. 1, 2, 3. It looks like a lightning bolt, okay, three-wave structure. And you have the one-to-one extension more or less with a monthly level over here and these highs. Okay, so you have these highs, you have, I think I actually put that level in. I know myself well enough to know that, there we go. There's our resistance. I know myself well enough to know that I most probably put a resistance box in there because purely looking at price action, okay, all I did is when I included this red box, I just looked at the price action. Look at how it struggled over here to break through. This is clear resistance to me. Struggling, leaving all these wicks behind. When I saw the resistance, I put it in, and then when I used trend-based Fibonacci's together with monthly levels, now I can see that this is a clear level of resistance. The one thing I have noticed about monthly levels, when I backtested monthly levels, the one thing I have noticed, they are not like daily and weekly levels. Like if this was, let's switch on a daily level. I'll show you the difference. Usually when I play a swing failure pattern from a daily level, I want to see a wick left behind. I want to see price go back up and do that. It must just leave a wick and it must leave the area. And then I'll take profits and maybe I'll do a long over here, whatever the case might be. But I want to see fast price action and I ideally want to see a wick left behind. I do not want to see 1 hour body closes above that level. The one thing I have noticed about monthly levels, monthly levels, guys, I'm giving a lot of alpha away over here. So you make sure that you smash up that like button. You will pay lots of money to go and buy crypto courses that shows you a fraction of what I teach here on this YouTube channel. Okay, I'm trying to keep it educational, valuable, so that you can learn how to do technical analysis, right? And I've backtested these things, so because people are lazy, they don't want to go and backtest stuff, so I go backtest it, okay? What I have noticed about monthly levels is they don't just do that. They love to do failed auctions. It's different from a swing failure pattern. A swing failure pattern is it taps a level and it moves away quickly, okay? A failed auction means that price comes up and it starts closing candles above, but it finds weakness. It slows down. There's some bearish CVD building up and then it falls down. So you have slow price action above the level like there, okay? Slow price action, which is referred to as a failed auction, not necessarily a swing failure. Swing failure on the daily, naked point of controls and weekly levels, they work perfect. On the monthly, when I backtested the monthly levels, it likes to chop through the level, but it still finds the weakness. You can see that selling pressure is starting to kick in. The red volume candles are higher than the green volume candles, and then you have that 1-to-1 extension. So I will definitely be paying attention to this zone. $105,000 to $106,000 is potentially, if this continues here to the upside, and this is the low, and it continues, it breaks the trend, breaks out, this is a zone where I will be paying attention. Okay, because it could be as simple as, let me switch on the trends. Here we go. There's our trends. It could be as simple as, okay, it breaks out, comes back for a retest, finds strength, breaks out again, comes back for a retest, it breaks out, and then it falls down. Okay, but I mean, from a day trading perspective, there's money to be made, there's money to be made, there's money to be made, and there's a lot of money to be made if we get a successful rejection in this area. Okay, where this could be forming 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2. I mean, for this to be a third wave, you really want to tap the 1.618 over here. Okay, an impulsive third wave, you really want to tap that 0.618. But nonetheless, there are many scenarios that I can see here that could still play out. I see a potential contracting forming. Still very early to talk about a contracting. Okay. There. This is a potential scenario that could also play out. I don't even want to talk about it, legends, because it's so early, right? I want 4 to be in before we talk about this scenario. But now you can see that this wave has to become impulsive and it has to smash through all these levels. Yes, you can get this to the upside, right? Where you basically have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bull market over, and we go into a bear market. That's basically the bad news about this scenario. So let's not talk about it right now. Okay. But yes, I do like the monthly level together with the 1.1. And I will not even use the monthly level to enter this trade, because for me, it's better just to play an SFP from the 1-to-1 extension or from one of these pivots. It's just better. I mean, I don't need the monthly level to play a short over here. A little bit further up, we have the 1.236, because if this is an A, B, C, the 1-to-1 and the 1.236, this little zone over here are C wave targets. A, B, C, it's C wave targets. If you tap the 1.618, yes, it can be an extended C wave, but then you open the door to a 5-wave structure. That's the beauty. If price had to find strength, it taps the 1.618 at $112,000. There's a chance it comes back, it flips this area into support, because now you're doing a RS flip. You've broken out of resistance. It comes back, flips the area into support. It goes up for another wave. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bull market's back, baby. You're most probably going to come back for an ABC correction and then continue momentum to the upside. So you want to see a 5-wave structure, but we might not get it. And the reason I think we're not going to get a 5-wave structure is because of how short this impulse is and how long the corrective structure is, which increases the probabilities for an A, B, C. Okay, but at least we are prepared, because what if price breaks out and it just rock and rolls to the upside? We can say we knew. If you see strength over here, it breaks out, it flips this area into support. There's some bullish CVD building up against these pivots as price was moving up. Okay, and it gets that one more high here to the upside. Now you have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5-wave structures are beautiful structures. Okay, especially if they are to the upside, right? Because then what do you get after a 5-wave structure? ABC and continuation. If this is going to be a 3-wave structure, you are going to most likely ABC down, ABC up, ABC down, right? The range is just going to continue. The range is continuing sideways, or it comes and takes this low again, which actually aligns with this other scenario that I'm still keeping an eye on, is to say that I know that the bulls want the price to pop here to the upside. The bulls just, they want, Dewald, this is going to be a 5-wave structure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, guess what? Then this is also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so this was your first impulse. This is now more impulses inside of your third wave. I just have to state that I always like to look at both sides of the coin when I go on to the 12-hour time frame. Okay, still very interesting. Let me take the monthly levels here out the way. Let me switch off today. Still very interesting. When you take a trend from this pivot to this pivot, we have not tapped it just as yet. When you take a trend from this pivot to this pivot, okay, do I have that? Yeah, there we go. Right, I didn't want to make it messy, but you can see that we have tapped it over here. We tapped it and we claimed the high. Okay, you tapped this trend for the first time, you claimed the high. Now we have not tapped this trend just as yet, which tells me that once you move up here, you come and tap this box, you most probably going to come and claim the high. So the door is still open for $84,000, right? And I've gone through this scenario in detail during one of my previous live streams. Maybe tomorrow I'll spend a little bit of time just to show everyone what did I see over here and what do I see over here, because it looks like the structure is repeating itself. Okay, right. Okay, let's go through some comments. Ding. Trend lines, guys, I don't think you guys understand how powerful trend lines are if you know how to use them properly. Okay, there's the other trend. If you know how to use trend lines properly, they are very powerful. Okay, look at these three beautiful trends. I can tell you now, because I've back tested this, let's make this a little bit thicker and let's make it a different color. Let's make it yellow. I can tell you guys now, if we come and tap this yellow trend, there's a high chance, okay, whatever happens here, maybe we do this, we come back down and we tap this trend, there's a high chance that you are going to get a bounce and make a lower high and lose it. Just from a backtesting perspective, usually, okay, I've seen it many times. If you had to come to this trend over here, you're most likely getting the bounce, but you're going to lose it. And we're going to go into a bear market. You don't want to come to this trend. Not yet. Bull market still needs to continue before we come to the yellow trend. Okay. Right. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Beautiful. Tapped it to perfection, got the high. This one has not been tapped just as yet. So you still want to, so what I'm looking at for is you have a tap and a tap, and it's already been tapped. And guess what? You had a high and now you claimed the high. Now this one, you have a low, you have a low. Now you have this trend running up. It has not been tapped. So worst case scenario is it rejects, it falls back down. Guess what? Now you're going to get that tap for the first time over here. You're going to make a higher high. And there you're most probably going to make your 3 peaks to the upside. And now all of these structures has played out. 1, 2, 1, 2 has played out. This 1, 2, which is the primary one, has made its final high. And when it comes to this trend, you're most likely getting the bounce and you fall down. So I know it gets technical, and maybe I'll take another live stream and I'll spend a little bit more time in terms of why I see these levels like that. But nonetheless, right, legends, I want to see what is, AR is almost 3% up here. Okay, I mean, no financial advice, full disclosure over here. And I have seen the last time when I mean, look at TR breaking out. Look at 𝗬cie𝗂𝗿. Beautiful retest. It looks like the alts wants to rock and roll over here. Okay, if you don't want to trade Bitcoin and you feel more comfortable using the D-line strategy on some of your favorite altcoins, I mean, there was a breakout, there was a beautiful retest. You know where to put your stop loss, you know where you're supposed to take profits. Okay, that is an insane trade. I can tell you guys now, this trade from the retest to the high is a 15% trade. That, I mean, with a little bit of leverage, that is absolutely insane. I took a trade on AR. And you might be asking yourself, why on earth did you take a trade on AR, Dewald? We have not even broken the trend. I played the swing failure because that's a better entry. Okay, so that I don't have to play this breakout, because now I have a protected position on AR, and if we do break out here, I just sit on my hands and I take profits on the way up. Okay, because if AR is going to get a successful breakout here, I'm looking at the dead cat bounce high over there, which is from where I entered to that high. It's a 42% trade. I mean, you can imagine with like 2 or 3x leverage. Okay, I think it's a 4x position if I'm not mistaken, because my stop loss was insane, and the tighter my stop loss, the more risk I can apply. Okay, my stop, this is where I entered, legends. I entered over there. I was a little bit late to the party, but I entered over there, and my stop loss was here below the lows. Okay, and this is my trading setup. There, I'm targeting the highs. My stop loss is here below the low. And I mean, it is a what? It is a 2.31% stop loss, but now my position is already protected. Okay, there's no more stop loss. My stop loss is now here by my entry. And but I mean, look at the risk to reward, 17.8 risk to reward with a protected position to the upside. I can't ask for any better. Yes, okay, I mean, if it stops me out, so be it, right? I am taking, definitely, if we tap the trend, I will be paying myself a little bit, because if price rejects and it falls back down, I don't want to be stopped out with no profits. I like to pay myself. There's a profit-taking area. There's a profit-taking area. And there's a profit taking. This is where I will close the position. Also, what I like to do is I take a fib from the high to the low. And look at the beautiful alignment. Okay, so at the 0.382, you have the profit taking area. Not too convinced. 0.618, you have these highs over here, profit taking area. And then I think if we're going to hit the 786, we're going to come and claim the high. Right? I'm just speculating over here, legends, but I mean, that is why I got into the AR trade, because the price action and the risk management was absolutely insane. I basically played the swing failure from the low. It dipped below and it traded above. That's why these levels are so powerful. And now I'm currently in a long trade here on Mr. AR. On weeks, remember, legends, these trades can be taken. First link down in the description, where you get 50% discount on your trading fees, up to 20k sign up bonus, and the more you trade, the more money gets airdropped into your account. All you need is an email and a password to sign up. And right, there's actually another insane bonus coming on weeks. I can't wait to share it with everyone. There's an insane bonus coming on weeks. If you don't like weeks, I also have Bluffin. This is where I do all of my day trading. I organize you the best deals. It costs you nothing extra, but it helps you to support the channel so that I can come here every day and keep on giving you the education and analysis of what I see on Bitcoin. Right, legends. Let me go through some comments over here. Let me go through some comments. Is Bitcoin showing some strength here on the 1 hour time frame? Let's go to the 15-minute. I want to see how price is going to react at that point. Are we getting, wait. Where's my weekly point of controls? So I want to see some weakness. So a little bit of education. I do not take a short as long as price is above my area of interest. Not interested. If price comes back down, then I know where to put my stop loss. So here's a potential trading opportunity that is potentially playing out. If price dips down below and it leaves a wick behind, I will attempt a short with my stop above the high, enter like a sniper, and I just want to get my account ready over here. Weeks, Mr. Weeks, come. Right, let's see. Mr. Weeks. Let me, right. Okay, I just want to get my position and my count ready over here because you don't know if this is going to show weakness or just pop to the upside, right? There's some nice green. Okay, this is what I like to see. There is some nice green volume kicking in at the moment, so it would be nice to get continuation here to the upside. It will also help my altcoin trades get the upwards momentum. You never know, right? But I can tell you guys now, if it rejects and it falls down and it leaves a wick behind, I'm going to enter a short. That's just, you know, the risk management is amazing and I know where to put my stop loss. Right, it's gaining strength through the link. I think my Discord is too new. Through the sorry, issues I registered to. I caught the BTC low. I caught the BTC SFP low at 94. Oh, right. What a beautiful entry. 94,900. Beautiful. Because of you and Andy mentioning the level. Risk management in place. Thank you for the alpha. Keaton, congratulations, man. Congratulations. Weave's computing platform AO goes live on mainnet 8 February. So that's tomorrow? 8 February is 2 days ago already. Oh, it went live. Is that what you're saying? That's why it's showing some bullish momentum. Right, I don't know. I just trade the technicals. That's what I do. Okay, what are the chances of revisiting 95,800? Yes, I do see a little bit of an order block over there before tapping monthly point of control. It has a chance. Okay, it could be, that's what I'm saying, legends, it could be forming a contracting diagonal over here. What if it's forming this, okay, which is a bullish structure where you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It chops, it comes back for an A, B, C, and then it continues, okay, where this becomes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the upside. So it has a chance to come back down to $95,800. There's a possibility. If it successfully rejects in this zone, then I'll be looking at a leading contracting diagonal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, ABC, and continuation to the upside, which is a bullish structure. A lot of people will look at the structure to say that, well, it's a bearish structure because you're using it in the wrong context and you're not counting your waves properly. Okay. Right. But we have, okay, so this is a sign of strength, what I'm seeing here at the moment, unless we're going to create a failed auction. This and the fact that you've closed the body of a 15-minute candle above for now is a sign of strength. If I see the 15-minute body candle close above, that's usually my minimum requirement. Then I jump onto the 1 hour to see that, well, what is the 1 hour doing? Oh gosh. And the 1 hour, right? From a backtesting perspective, legends, what I have found is when you close the body, especially of a 1 hour above the line, even with a retracement, you are almost guaranteed that you are going to take that high again. Okay, so if price gets the acceptance down below, I mean, that is a short. Nonetheless, that's the short I want to play here to the downside to come and take the low over here. But because of that little bullish sign on the 1 hour time frame, it gives me confirmation that even with the correction, you're most likely going to go back up. Right, you don't really want to see body closes above a level that you want to short. But, you know, it's just a game of probabilities because it's not 100% of the time. Sometimes you close bodies and it falls down. Okay, because you're still getting the weakness at the zone. But I must say, there's some nice green volume kicking in here at the moment, right? But price is still trading below the trend. Right, there's your weakness. Price is still trading below the trend, but I do see a sign of strength. So maybe you get the retracement and then it pops out. Okay, and it can be a deeper retracement as well. So what you want to pay attention to is if the high is in, because now I can only do it based on the price action that I see right now. If the high is in take a fib from the low to the high, okay, you want to at least tap the 382. At least you want to tap the 382. For this structure to be a bullish structure, you at least want to tap the 382 for continuation. But 50%, 618 and the 786 is perfectly fine as long as you don't tap the 0.8. Okay, but you want the minimum target. Minimum, maximum. Right. And if it breaks out over here, now you're above the trend, I want to see some high. I'm not going to FOMO into a long over here, legends. I'm not going to FOMO into a long. I want to see price break out and close high time frame candles above the trend. Okay, like I've explained. And maybe it chops, and it builds another trend, and I'll play that breakout to the upside. Okay, cool. Right, legends, I have unfortunately run out of time. Thank you so much for joining the live stream. Yes, the like button is below. Zenergy. Dewald, where were you when I was younger? So I learned earlier. Right, I don't know. I was here trading by myself, I suppose. I was trading by myself, learning, making mistakes, burning accounts, getting liquidated so that I could be here one day and tell you how not to do it. I suppose that's the simple answer to everything. But legends, thank you so much for joining the live stream. Smash up that like on your way out. If you're watching, you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe for future notifications. Until the next one, cheers for now.